for providing email security in internet for all the email providers such as Gmail, Rediff, Yahoo and all, there are two primary security mechanisms. One is called as the Pretty Good Privacy, PGP. The other one is SMIME, Secure Multi-Purpose Internet Mail Extensions. So first we'll see the Pretty Good Privacy, which is shortened as PGP. PGP was created by Philip Zimmermann in order to provide security for all the email messages. In what way is number one is it provides confidentiality. That means only the sender and the recipient will be able to see the message, nobody else. That is what achieving confidentiality. Number two is authentication, identifying whether both are correct users or not. So these two security services, that is confidentiality and authentication, is provided by this email security mechanism called as PGP. So why it has become popular? Because before, when the email came into existence, there was no such capability of providing security. So after the development of PGP only, the almost all email providers made use of this PGP concept, so that all email messages will be transmitted in a secure manner across the internet. Okay, so because when you go to security, there are governmental restrictions. If you look at Facebook, some countries are banning the Facebook because the unwanted materials, contents will be there that will spoil the citizens of that country. Some organizations that you can block, that is, blocking is different, but entire country and all is a governmental decision. Any type of government will be running in a country, they will take. So we have to have a compliance on all the governments. Therefore, if everyone accepts this, it becomes a standard. Okay. Now, like that only, all the encryption, ESA, RSA are all standards, because all governments has to accept that, because we do not know what is transmitted in the internet. There may be data or information that may provide or gather information about a particular country. So there will be a set of guidelines which is all set in the IT Act. So therefore, PGP is a standard, global standard for providing email security. That is why it has become more popular. So when we have the PGP, it has got 5 important services. Number one is authentication, identifying the users in a network. Number two is confidentiality. That means only the sender and the recipient will be able to know the message. Number three is compression. What is compression? When you have a file which is of 100 MB, so I use the WinZip and WinRAR and all is there, no? So that will, what it will do, it will reduce that 100 MB file into MB, because my space, my CD or my pen drive, I can store it. So when I want to open it, we can unzip, or we can open it after decompress it and open the files. So compression, everybody knows that, that is also provided in the email. Fourth one is email compatibility. All browsers must be able to enable these PGP. So therefore, email compatibility. Then the fourth one is the segmentation, dividing the email messages into blocks, which is called as segmentation. So these are the 5 services that are provided by the PGP. That is number one, authentication, confidentiality, compression, email compatibility, and segmentation. So now this is the typical example for a email message that is being transmitted from a source, let us name it as A, and the email message that is received by B, that is destination. So what are the steps? The first step is we'll take the file, let us name it as X email file. First step, it asks for or it requires any signature. It is optional. What is that signature? Digital signature. So if you want to perform digital signature means for your email message, where do we find this? For confidential message, that is for governmental or bank related, money related messages, email messages, they may opt for signature. That is not a required thing, or that is not a mandatory thing, but it is an optional thing. That is why we have drawn, you can see that it is not in a rectangular thing, it is optional. So if it is required, it will generate the signature and attach or append the signature along with the original message, that is a file, email file. Then if you don't want that, what happens? The message will be compressed. For compression, we are using the compression algorithms. So like the WinZip and WinRAR is there now. Phil Zimmermann has also developed the compression algorithm. So X will become Z of X. Z of X means a compressed file. And after this step, then it will ask for whether you want to perform encryption or not. Encryption, if you do, what happens? Naturally, confidentiality is achieved. So if you want to do encryption, what type of encryption? It is a public key cryptography concept or public key encryption or asymmetric key encryption. So if you want to say yes, means it will perform encryption on the file X, which has already been compressed using what? Public key encryption with a secret key. So X will use, A will use B's public key for encryption. Okay, so and he will encrypt the message with the secret key. The secret key is only encrypted. So X is the message. X will be encrypted using KS plus KS will be encrypted using B's public key. So what is the intention? Only B can open the message. KUB is B's. B is what? Recipient or destination. B's public key, we are encrypting what? Only the secret key, KS. Then after that, the last step is all the email messages will be converted into Radix 64. This is for achieving compatibility, because sometimes we are saying, no, my browser is not supporting this. I am unable to open the email. Sometimes if you open email, you can see a picture which we cannot see. Why all these things happen? Because your browser may not be compatible to view that particular image, which is of any type. Images can be of any type, JPG, TIFF, GIF, then many PNG, many types are there. Sometimes it happens, no, you are unable to, some X symbol will come, you cannot see the picture. If you go to any website also, sometimes the picture will not be there because your browser is not compatible. But in email and all, it should not happen. It should be globally distributed and globally accepted. So therefore, we use a standard conversion compatible method called as R64, Radix 64. So therefore, every other email client program, whether you are having any browser or any provider, will be able to view the sender's email messages. So that is compulsory. That is converting the message into Radix 64. How to convert into Radix 64, I'll tell you later. So this is what the message where how to transmit an email message with security, that is using PGP. So PGP services are included in this email message. Now the email message is very secure. So at the transmission side or the sender side, these steps will be carried out. Out of the 5 steps, 4 steps, first one is digital signature. It is optional, whether you want it or not. Then second step is whether you want to compress, that is compulsory, mandatory step. All email messages will be compressed using compression algorithm. Third step is whether you want to perform the encryption or not. If you want to perform, you can, otherwise you need not. So that is also an optional step. So what encryption is performed? Public key encryption. Okay. Then the last step is compulsory or mandatory step, that is converting the message into radix 64 using radix 64 conversion. Now your email message is ready for transmission with all the services offered by PGP. Then that message goes to the recipient. So recipient, what he has to do is he has to do the following step. First, he has to perform radix 64 to in the inverse manner. X I am sending means X inverse is performed by the recipient. So first he has to perform the inverse of radix 64 conversion. Then after that, if the message has been encrypted, what he has to do? He has to decrypt the message. Again, what the public key algorithm, he has to decrypt. The secret key is appended, so that he has to use his own private key, because it has already the secret using B by A using B's public key. So B must use his own private key for getting the secret key. Then he will decrypt the message using that key. KS is the secret key. He obtains the message, decrypts the KS using his own private key, gets the key, uses the key to decrypt the message. What is the message? X is the message. If you don't want to do, since it is an optional step, if you don't want to do, you can, you need not do. If the message is encrypted, only this step is performed. Otherwise, we need not. But the message, the next step is it has to be decompressed. So sender side will be compressing, receiver has to decompress the message. Okay, how? When compression is done by an algorithm, any algorithm, it must be performing the inverse of that algorithm. 1 to 10 are steps means it has to do 10 to 1. Okay. After the decompression, which is a compulsory step, it will check whether the message is signed or not. That is digitally signed or not. Yes means we have to remove that signature, strip that signature to get what? To get the original file, that is X. So these are the steps that are taken care by the recipient as far as the PGP email services are concerned. So the PGP message for transmission, that is done at the A side. A is source, and the PGP message done by the recipient or by the B is done. You can see on the right side. You understand? You have any clarifications in this?